Alright, six-figure family. So this video is about phone numbers. And so what I mean by phone numbers, what do I mean by phone numbers, is getting leads, getting new people into your business. So this video is not about how to sell. That's a later video, that's in the sales module. This video is not about just how to build your program, but there are elements in this video that will talk about something that's related to how to build your program. But this video is absolutely about how to get leads, and we're going to get straight into it. And when I say the reason this one's called phone numbers is because that people have been taught to basically opt out of getting onto the phone. And it's such a shame that people are missing this opportunity to actually get in front of the customer on the phone. Phones are magic. Be grateful for them, because phones put you in the room with the person, but it's also just like the internet. It stretches across the whole planet, and you can call anyone anywhere. So be grateful for phones, and also be grateful that most people are avoiding the phone and they are missing the sale because they're not getting phone numbers. They're getting names and email addresses. In your program, you need phone numbers, because you call them up, you do a booking session, and then you book then the following session where you do the sale, or other funnels that we'll talk about later. Let's get into the next slide. How does the whole strategy work? So before how do you get a phone number, I really want you to think about not just how do you get it, but what do you do with the phone number once you've got it? Because this is the most important part. It's actually the hardest part of this whole program, is getting leads. Making sales has some difficulties to it that you'll get through, you'll be fine, you'll get to the other side, but leads is the most important thing. Phone numbers are the most important thing that will grow your business. Delivering a fantastic service is also so important that you can't do it without getting new people into your business. And that's why we've got to look at the strategy. What do you do with the phone number once you get it? There's a thing called a funnel, and there's the track acronym that we've talked about, but we'll talk about it again. A funnel is a series of steps to take a brand new lead through into a sale, and then you deliver a service. Now, a funnel, the more steps you break the funnel into, the better off you'll be, because there are people who are putting information out there to help people know, like, and trust them, to increase the likelihood that someone will actually buy their product. Does that make sense? You can put stuff out there that makes people know, like, and trust you. That's a step, but we include that in the affection process. One step that I call just get the lead, there does not have to be any branding to get the lead in order for you to get a name, email address, and phone number. If you just, as a first step, use a PDF, like a Facebook ad that advertises a free ebook in order for a name, email address, and phone number. Once you've got that email address and phone number, then you can put them through a cycle where they can get to know, like, and trust you. Does that make sense? So they are two different steps. That's why in track we've got traffic to retention. So I'll go to the next one. So lead, sales, product. This is the three core elements of your entire business. Get leads in, get sales in, and then deliver a fantastic product or service. But between leads and sales is the affection process. So once you've got a lead, before you get a sale, you can warm them up to make them more likely to buy. Track. This is the absolute guts of the entire business. Traffic, retention, then affection, authority, conversion, and keep. We're leaving keep out of this particular video because we're not talking about the total product suite. The total product suite module will be about how to sell upsells. But traffic and retention together is one step. Affection, authority is one step, and conversion is one step. Conversion is the sale. So if I go back to the previous slide where it says leads and sales and then product, leads is traffic and retention, and conversion is sales. Or you could say affection and authority and conversion is also sales. So why do I say that traffic and retention are one step? Well, take a look at this. Traffic to retention. If you've got either networking, which is offline, or YouTube, Google, or Facebook ads that people can click on, those ads kind of have to land somewhere. And so retention is like an opt-in page, like you can see like down the bottom here, advertising an ebook. So if your Facebook, Google, or YouTube ad says, hey there buddy, blah blah blah, get my ebook for free, just put in your name, email address, and phone number, then you have to take them from YouTube, Google, or Facebook, or from your networking event to this other side, which is the retention side. You have to have an opt-in page. That's why it's one step, because you can't just set up a Facebook ad without having a landing page, and you can't just have a landing page without sending traffic to it. At that point, you can then start to build a database of phone numbers, well, names, email addresses, and phone numbers. So traffic to retention is really, it's about building your lead database. It's not about warming them up with affection and authority, and it's not about selling them. This step is the step you get to breathe at the end of. You can't stop at traffic until you've done the retention, the opt-in page. So, how do you even do this? How do you start the whole thing? What's your first step you should be doing right this very second? Is find your topic. Find your topic. And so when I say that unpack your genius, it's about, you've got all this stuff in your head, you've done this amazing course, or you know so much, maybe you've done so many courses, whatever you've done, you've got all this genius within you. And in order to get it out there into an ebook, in order to get phone numbers, you need to unpack it. In order for you to sell your service or product, you also need to unpack it. So this process of unpacking your genius is going to help you build your product and service, and it's going to help you build your advertising. So see this, the 6 and the 9, this is all about perspective. List benefits, not skills. Skills and modalities are things like NLP, hypnotherapy, coaching, or anything that you say that you do. Benefits are how it affects the other person. Whenever you advertise or whenever you unpack your stuff that you've learned into a program, you need to call it things that the other human's going to understand if they haven't studied what you've studied. So that's why we talk about like the 5 markets of health, relationships, time, money, and happiness. Because there's no demand for hypnotherapy. People aren't walking around sad going, oh, I wish I had a hypnotherapist. They're basically looking for a solution to the stuff that's bothering them. And that's what we'll talk about. That's perspective. So you're not a hypnotherapist. So if you see like this picture where like the guy on the right's going, land, finally I can get off this boat into land. But the guy in the boat hasn't thought like the guy on the left who's going, look at it, it's a boat. That island isn't going anywhere. He's got less options to move anywhere. So always be thinking of the other person's point of view. Not just like, how am I going to make money in my business? And how am I going to sell hypnotherapy? You've really got to forget about all that stuff for a little while and get straight into the psychology of what are people looking for? And then how can I use hypnotherapy to provide that? So we're going to do the first exercise, which is create a gift PDF. This is an amazing technique. Just even last Christmas, I got for like a $300 spend or something, 70 brand new phone numbers to get people into my business. And it's been fantastic. So not enough people are putting out a free gift. And I know that there's people who go, but isn't there millions of those things? Yeah, because they work. They work so well that the people who are doing so well are doing this. They're putting out a free PDF in order to build phone numbers, well, names, email addresses, and phone numbers, so they can call them and get them into their course or their program or their seminar. So PDFs get phone numbers. This is the magic. You offer them something to read on their topic, and they give you a phone number. They just do it. I've asked people who've put their phone numbers in and asked, why did you give me a phone number? And they go like, I don't know, I just thought I had to in order to get the PDF. The person putting in their phone number is not thinking about it. They just want your PDF because your topic is so hot. So how do I write it? You write your headline first. So what makes a good headline? Now, remember like when I was saying perspective, that don't write about hypnotherapy. Don't put out an ebook that goes, the 5 reasons why you need hypnotherapy. No one wants that. No one wants that. Whether it's hypnotherapy, coaching, NLP, no one wants that. Write your client DDFF, dreams, desires, fears, and frustrations. This is the magic about how, well, this is the method you'll be using to come up with your headline for your ebook. So you should be looking at a cross on the screen. At the top it says future, at the bottom it says now, on the left it says pain, and on the right it says pleasure. So the DDFF actually fits in here. So if we look at dreams is a future pleasure, desire is a now pleasure, fears is a future pain, and frustrations is a now pain. These are the things that your client is thinking through. So what I want you to do is in your topic, I don't know if you're perhaps like into selling stuff to do with health, relationships, time, money, or happiness, but I want you to come up with 5 dreams that your client wants and spend the time to do it. Don't just go, I don't know. This is something that if you want success, the steps are here, guys. You have to do the steps. If you don't do the steps, then nothing's going to change for you. It's so important, and it's not that hard. You just need to move through the pain into the clarity. Clarity will set you free, my friend. So when I say come up with 5 dreams, let's take health, for example. 5 things that a person who wants health is dreaming of. Is it the bikini body? Is it to live longer? Is it to see their family for more years? Is it to achieve more with their life? Is it to feel great? I don't know, what is it? Is it to look good? You have to come up with this. Then come up with 5 for the others: fears, frustrations, and desires. So let's go through them one by one. The 5 markets: health, relationships, time, money, and happiness. So instead of advertising just hypnosis, hypnotherapy, coaching, NLP, skills, or whatever version of psychology you're using, this is actually what people are more likely to type into Google, or some version of these 5 steps, in order to find you. So your ebook on Facebook or YouTube or whatever should basically start with a niched down version of one of these 5, or a combination of one of these 5. So let's go through them one by one. So 5 times dreams for the topic of health. So we just kind of gone through some before, but I want you to come up with yours. Feel free to steal some of mine. But health: are they looking to live longer, see their family for longer, achieve more with their life, look better in the future, bikini body? Are they an actor that wants to look good for the TV set? Do they want to be a role model for their family so their family lives longer? These are the things that you're going to have to come up with. Come up with a specific scenario, 5 actual reasons that a person could want health, and as you advertise those reasons, you come up with a killer headline for your PDF. 5 dreams about relationships. Do they want to get married? Do they want to find their first date? Do they want to repair a marriage? Do they want to get divorced? What is it? Come up with 5 things, if relationship was your niche. 5 dreams that they could want in the future. 5 dreams about time. Do they want to live longer? Do they want to save time? Do they want to put boundaries in so that they can basically spend more time off at the end of the day? Do they want efficiencies so they can get through their chores more quickly, so that they can play golf? What do they want to do with their time? Do they want rules, or do they want efficiencies? Do they want boundaries where they can say, this is my work and this is my playtime? Or are they looking for time-saving tips? 5 money dreams. Are they looking to get a house? Are they looking to save up to travel? Are they looking to build a business? What is it? Are they looking to be a millionaire? Are they looking to what? Put their children through school? 5 happiness dreams. Now, this could be worded any way you want. This could be self-esteem. This could be to get out of depression and into happiness. This one's a little bit more kind of the spiritually side, where people can come up with a range of different things, but worded according to how you think that your client could be wording it if they were to type you into Google. Next, desires, which, remember, like on the timeline, desires is a positive pleasure, but it's also not about the future, it's about right now. Health, maybe they actually want to feel relaxed. What's another health thing about right now? What could it be? Maybe they want more energy today. Maybe they want... so we'll get in with the fears one. There's a lot that comes up with fears and frustrations, which we'll get into. But what are 5 desires about health? Do they want to today have the body of their dreams? Do they want to today feel some kind of achievement towards health? Do they want to feel that they've eaten correctly today? And so desires about relationships. This is more the now stuff. Are they looking for something right now? Do they want to hug someone? Do they want to talk to someone? Do they want to increase their communication skills? It's something very now-ish. Time desires. They want to do something right now. This should be the easiest. 5 things that a person wants to do with their time right now, not in the future. 5 money desires. They want to buy stuff. Generally, a money desire is very, very now. It's very much about the purchase, not about the plan. And 5, very, very now. So like a long-term value with spirituality and happiness is a different thing from the current desire. The current desire is more about the body or needs of like they want to feel well. They want to feel loved. They want to feel, what is it for you? How are you going to write this? Now, fears about health, they're going to die early. They're going to get sick. Come up with these, because this is going to add so much clarity to your headlines. 5 fears about relationships. They're going to get divorced. They're going to end up lonely. These are things, I know it sounds negative, but this is the negative part. Get some clarity on what your client's thinking about. This is your mind read. 5 times fears for time. I'm going to run out of time. I'm not going to have enough time to do this webinar, whatever it is. I'm not going to have enough time to see my family. I'm not going to have enough time in my life to achieve all my goals. 5 money fears. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to go broke. What is it? My tax bill is going to be massive. These are headlines that something about, is the government going to tax you all your money once you've earned it? And 5 happiness fears. Am I going to end up alone and miserable? Am I going to waste my life doing things which aren't really self-fulfilling for me, not empowering for me? 5 health frustrations. I cough too much, everything hurts, my neck hurts, whatever. You can come up with these things. These are brilliant headline fodders. 5 relationship frustrations. He or she talks too much, too little, ignores me too much. They don't do... So a lot of blame stuff comes up here, frustrations, or loneliness stuff comes up, like I always find myself alone at night, or I find myself wishing I was alone at night. Whatever it is, these are brilliant ways to come up with your headline. Write them down, come up with 5 dot points. Take your time. This is just the webinar. You should be doing homework with this. You should go through the webinar again. 5 time frustrations. I'm always late. I'm always ending up not finishing. Give me some time efficiencies. How do I get through my day more quickly? Because I'm always, my day goes on too long. This is exactly how you're going to write your headlines. Money frustrations. My card keeps getting declined for stuff. I can't afford particular things. 5 happiness frustrations. I'm always feeling sad. I'm always doubting myself. I'm always feeling depressed or anxious. I don't feel that I'm spiritually in touch with what it is I want to do. So write your headlines from your DDFF, because once you've written, you've picked your niche, you've picked your topic, you've come up with a DDFF, and you've come up with like 5 times the 4 quadrants, then you've got 20 things that you can borrow from. Now this is very click and play. This is an amazing way to make headlines. I'll also have under this video something that you can use, which is the 100 headlines, which is very click and play. But check this out. Here's just an example of a headline template. So once you've written your DDFFs, 5 simple steps to desire without frustration, how to 3 times or 3x your desire without ever having to fear. So obviously the desires, the DDFF stuff, the dreams, desires, fears and frustrations, can just slot into these sentences. These are some sentence structures that you would have brainstormed your DDFF by now. Or case study, how I went from fear to dream without frustration. So let's give like an example. Case study, how I went from, let's call it a relationship, fighting with my partner to happy marriage without expensive counseling. Does that make sense? So like it's a frustration. So this is just to get the PDF out there. This is to get the click. How frustration helped me achieve dream. This could be, there's a frustration they had. How, let's say it's a health thing. How my cough helps me to win at the gym. Come up with your own DDFFs or 20 simple steps to dream. So when you've written your DDFFs, this should become so simple just to slot them in. This is such an easy exercise for you guys. Then, once you've got your headline, your PDF needs 20 subpoints and then paragraphs under it. So 20 subpoints, just brainstorm. If you're going back to the previous one, 20 simple steps to dream. If it's 20 simple steps to a happy marriage, 20 simple steps to rock hard abs, 20 simple steps to 6-figure business, 20 simple steps to inner happiness from your job or how to relieve stress, then your 20 subpoints should be go through what you know, brainstorm and brain dump 20 things that you know about that could actually help achieve this and make these your headlines. Then write something like between 50 to 200 words under each one. 50 is enough. Keep it to 50 because you don't need to go to 200. Then your paragraphing needs to look good. Do not have ugly stubs of text. It's not the 80s. Have a nice, beautiful title. Don't have too much formatting all over the page and keep everything nice to Arial. If you're really good with formatting and visual stuff, then go for it. But if you know that you're one of those people who needs a little bit of help making your PDF look good, then stick to the rules. Make sure that your paragraphs aren't over-paragraphed. It's not like every 2 words is a new paragraph. But don't go for like 50 million sentences without starting a new paragraph. So what are the rules? Headlines are big, with space above them, or else they are not a headline. Headlines stand out above your paragraphs. 1 point per paragraph. Once you've made your point, move on to the next paragraph. It's kind of that simple. Just do these steps and you'll have a PDF. Fonts. Keep to Arial. See this? This is a horrible, horrible, horrible font to make a PDF. It looks clever and pretty and stuff, but it's also going to be a big waste of time for your reader because they can't read it. It makes them feel bad. Cover design. So when you have a picture of your ebook, go to, like, this is just something that I've found online just by Googling it. It's called adazing.com, cover mocks. So this basically just lets you kind of pick what you want your ebook cover to look like. I just took a screenshot of my headline and dumped it in. So to see what it could look like, here's some of my ebook covers where I've just written my ebook and made the text large, and then uploaded the picture of the screenshot to that web page called adazing.com cover mocks. So my opt-in page is extremely simple. There's not much on it. People make the web pages so ridiculously complex. People need to be able to read what your thing's about straight away. So really, there's a big and a small promise to every opt-in page. The big promise on this one is repair a marriage. The small promise is 20 steps. Download your free guide now. So the free guide means give us your name, phone, email address, and I'll give you an ebook. The big promise is to say that there's information in there that could help you not achieve repair a marriage, but information in there that could help you to figure it out, so that you go away and take responsibility yourself for learning these 20 steps. And that's what makes it such a successful opt-in page, because there's a low barrier to entry. They just have to give you some details, and there's an immediate small step towards a large positive. So your Facebook ad should not be too complex. This is a version of mine. How to repair a marriage in 20 steps. Picture of an ebook. Bang, done. Design your own however you like, but this is like a design that I just like because it just works ridiculously well. People put in pictures that mean nothing, and when I say mean nothing, they chuck in like just a picture of a bunch of people. I'm showing them in this ad that you will get an ebook. I'm also showing them in this ad how to repair a marriage in 20 steps is the topic. So I've got a hot topic, big promise, and then ebook, small promise. Does that make sense? Good. So here's another example of one of my ads, 20 rules of phone numbers and sales. An amazing opt-in. This is a Facebook ad that leads to the opt-in. So you remember that page where I said traffic and retention, where you've got traffic is like your Facebook ad or your YouTube ad or your Google ad. This one's a Facebook ad. And then your traffic ad, in this case a Facebook ad, goes to the retention, which is an opt-in page. This is the Facebook ad, and it leads to an opt-in page. This is another one that I've used. Amazing conversion. Just free guides, 40 hypnotherapy clients per week. People just keep putting in their numbers. So it's a picture of an ebook, and it just says 40 hypnotherapy clients per week. Full on simple. Another one, how to quit smoking in under an hour. Just to give you another example that's not business related, for those of you who are doing either health or relationship stuff, I've chucked some of them in. Download your free guide. Have you tried everything to quit smoking but keep going back? How to quit smoking in under an hour. So you get the attraction of this, that someone who's a smoker, they go in to see what it is. So next, call the phone numbers. So this has just been a brief strategy in order for you to go right ahead and start building your free PDF. If you don't have a program that just lets you save your Word document as a PDF, I just Googled convert doc to PDF. These tools are out there. Comment if you need help. That's what the group is for. But it is so simple. Don't overthink this. Do the exercises. The DDFF is there to help you find your topic. You can very quickly write just a very easy ebook that just gives people, 5 steps or 20 steps to do something. Trust yourself. You can go ahead and do this. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being in the program. I love you guys so much. I love having you in the group, but you have to do the steps. So serious as a heart attack is you doing these steps. Take your time with them. Stop and slow down. Make sure that you're in a nice quiet place. Go back through the webinar and do these steps, because I'm moving through this training quickly so that you can get an overview, but it's up to you to go through these steps yourself and execute, because if you don't execute, then nothing will ever change. So, of course, the next step is to call the phone numbers and start booking in your free strategy session. So thanks again for being here. Until next time, go smash this out, because you already know so much. Unpack your genius and you'll be amazing. Talk to you soon.